and 4. The battle is on. It's going to be too close to call side by side. Wong Do gets it. Oh, we got contact. We got flips. We got big wrecks here. Going back to the front because we're racing back to the line.
William Page with the victory.
Looking for second here.
Musa's gonna.
Oh, he's gonna use that apron.
He's gonna use the apron.
They're gonna be side by side. Coming off the corner. Boy, back to the inside. It's gonna be a drag race to the line. Musa gets it.
Tom Musa, where did he come from?
Boyer trying to close the gap. He's gonna get to the bumper. Oh, just barely did not make it. And coming off of turn 4, Jeff Sikenis is gonna win it at Dover.
Before I wrap things up here in this segment, your thoughts on the type of race we're going to see tonight? And I would have to agree.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to tonight's feature presentation of the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series here from the Martinsville Speedway. As always, I'm your host, JoeTowNetwork. Alongside me tonight, you know him, you love him, the one and only Mr. Richard Collette. Ricky, we're in Martinsville.
We are indeed, Joe, and it's going to be a crazy night of racing. Short track racing under the sun in the middle of 9 p.m. It's under the lights, but it's not under the lights, and it's technically nighttime, but it's daytime here. It's short track racing. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be crazy. You're going to want to make sure you stick around. Don't touch that search bar here tonight. 200 laps on our agenda. Again, that's just about 100 miles here at this half-mile paperclip racetrack. Again, this is the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series and our Circle B Diecast preview. Use code JTN at checkout for free shipping on your order of $20 or more. But Ricky, I mean, Martinsville, it's a short track. We all know what we've seen here before. Are we going to see anything different, or is it just going to be another night of that fender-to-fender short track racing?
If it was anything different, I think that would be a disservice to our fans. It's a short track racing. Of course, it's going to be fender-to-fender, no holds barred chaos. It always is when we come to Martinsville. No matter what the series, no matter how many cars they have on track, Martinsville is always a riot. And we're doing a bit of a long stretch here tonight, 200 laps. Gonna go by pretty quick though. They're running sub 20-second laps on good tires, so it's gonna click off quick. But a lot of circuits these guys gonna have to make around here tonight. I'm gonna get a little dizzy by the end of this.
Might be a little dizzying by the end of this one, folks. You're gonna want to make sure again you hit that like button and subscribe to us right here on JTN. You don't miss a second of any of the action. This is the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series on JTN. Ricky J is currently our points leader over Nelly in the 103 by, if I recall correctly, about 100 points. So with 2 races left in the year, it looks like it's Ricky J's championship.
No, it's down to the wire, Joe. Anyone can win this championship. 600 points, whatever you just said, 100 points. What did you say? It was 100 points. That's nothing. They can make it back up. They can make it back up easily. And I'm just trying to pad for time here because we got 15 seconds left to qualifying, but not everyone's put in time yet, so I don't know who's still taking laps out there. And 2 seconds.
Ricky is bringing the energy
Joe, looks
tonight.
like we have our starting lineup for tonight's race. If you want me to read that off.
Hey, Ricky, why don't you take us through tonight's starting lineup?
All right, with pleasure. Starting on the pole tonight at a time of 19.481 seconds. The 193 of BSR, Ricky J, in that tight points battle. 100-point gap there. Ricky J, anyone's championship. He's got to watch his back there. They're coming for him. Starting in that second spot is going to be the 88 of BSR, Greg Lovell. A time of 19.579 seconds. That 193 already got a pretty good speed advantage just in qualifying alone. But starting in the third spot will be the 66 car, BSR, Terry Scott. Herman Reese. Well, bit of a change of pace for Herman Reese in the 55 car tonight. That's right, 55 car. He's traded that Cadillac in for a Toyota Camry. Not really sure why. We'll have to get down on pit road and get an answer to that. He'll be starting in the 4th position. He'll roll off from the 5th position. Rick Craddock in the 22 car will start 6th. BSR Magoo in the 144 will start from the 7th position. And the last car to take a time in qualifying will be Brian Lovell in the 043 car from the 8th spot. The rest of the field will be Brain Fade, the 49 and 9th. BSR Furco in the 19 and 11th. Nelly in the 103 in the 12th spot. 13th spot goes to the 86 of Andrew Miller. Sean Fredericks in the 38 goes to the 15th position. Jeff Abick in the 101 will roll off 16th. Monty Keller in the 028 rolls off 17th. And rounding out the field will be Mike Coulong in the 199 car in the 18th position. That's going to be a starting lineup for tonight's race at Martinsville, Joe. Good amount of cars here tonight. 18 cars, not too bad.
Good amount of cars indeed, Ricky. And again, it's that night of short track racing here on JTN. It doesn't get much better than this with the boys here at Bomb Squad Racing. If you want to find out more about Bomb Squad, you can head on over to their website. We got it linked in the video description below. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I get these. I'm missing a couple cars. I want to make sure I get them. And apparently I'm not missing. What is going on? Short track racing. You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
You gotta love it. Love me some short track racing.
Love me some short track racing.
But does the short track racing love you is the question.
It doesn't.
Oh.
Yeah. We'll be right back here on JTN. And just like that, we're back. Better than ever, wouldn't you say, Ricky?
Better than ever indeed. Waiting to get going here. These guys are running out happy hour, about 2 minutes left before we grid them up and start this race.
Obviously, the line's going to be around the bottom here tonight. Do you think, how comfortable do you think these guys are going to be with maybe using that chrome horn?
Ooh, it's, well, I mean, it's a short track, so I think they're going to be pretty apt to use it tonight.
Got our pole sitter, he's in the backstretch wall, he's stuck. That's unfortunate. 088 is spewing oil all over the track. Unless that's just on my end. A lot going on here in happy hour. It's like the 40... Alright, I think I... How you doing, Furco? There we go, the damage fixed itself. So this mod has that damage glitch, right, Ricky? Where sometimes you'll see guys with damage on their cars even if they don't have the damage.
Yeah, I think I remember it having that.
Yeah, someone is Brain Fade is out in the parking lot. Other guys, there goes Nelly into the parking lot. There's Brain. There's a ramp here at Martinsville. It's getting ready for World Rallycross competition later this month. I didn't think it was going to be a demolition derby, but it's looking like a demolition derby. What say you, Ricky Collette?
We'll have to wait. These guys always go a little silly during practice sessions.
Go a little silly, a little zany, a little crazy.
A little loony, a little toony.
If you're a Looney Tunes fan, let us know in the chat.
Ay caramba.
That's a different thing.
Oh.
Right? Now there's Kratikin 22, Ski Chevrolet.
Yo, I'm gonna let you figure out if that is.
I'm done.
You gotta look at that. You're gonna find that online. You're gonna go, ay caramba. You read it. Realize you're wrong. Few seconds left here in happy hour, and these guys are just wrapping up, getting ready to grid at Martinsville.
Drivers, to your cars.
There they are. They're all down on pit road, all lined up, and I lied. They're on the front straightaway, Joe.
That'd be
Not even lap into this race. I'm already off for the night.
out to lunch.
Out to lunch. Again, Herman Reese is in the 55. 55 is Herman Reese. We'll make a note of that. We'll tie a bell around him.
Ring-a-ling-a-ding-ding.
It'll say Cadillac. The bell will go Cadillac, Cadillac, Cadillac.
Shout
Like
out.
a cow bell or something.
Shout out to Mrs. Kathy Voiles tuning in here tonight. Thank you for all that you do for us and for the boys here at Bomb Squad Racing. As Ricky J is going to take that Voiles trucking Mustang and roll off on the front row. Greg Lovell going to line up to his outside. Terry Scott, and as you said, Herman Reese in row number 2. Last night's winner, Silver Bullet. And Rick Craddock making up row number 3. Magoo and Brian Lovell making up row 4. Then it's Brain Fade and Nelly row 5. 6 is Fergo and Havoc in the 101. And it's that 38 Freightliner car, Sean Fredericks, Monty Keller, Mike Coulong. Your starting lineup here tonight. And we're down and away, green flag, and we're underway here from Martinsville. It's a little quicker than I thought it would be.
Quicker I thought it'd be indeed. Everyone filters in turn 1 here. Ricky J's making a hard charge on that inside, but he gets a loose coming off. That's going to let Greg Lovell get a good power off here coming into turn 3.
Side by side for the lead. Lovell trying to send it on the outside to get some momentum rolling. They're going to be in a drag race down to the start-finish line. Give lap 1 to Lovell. Ricky J, though, still at the preferred line on the outside. That 088, he's really slinging the back end of that Ford Mustang.
Yeah, both these guys up front here really loose early on. I'm seeing both of them just kicking the rear end out. Looks like Ricky J, Lovell being up there, is making it so he can't run up the track like he wants to. He's got to crank it down, keep it low on the track, and that's just letting the rear end step out on the transition from concrete to asphalt. But Greg Lovell, you see how he throws in? That car is so loose that he's just sliding it through the entry turn 1 and making it fast.
Yeah, this track used to be a dirt track, and they used to slide these cars around here like that, but on the asphalt, that's really going to tear up those tires. And the concrete.
But those rear tires, man, they're a little durable here. Greg Lovell concedes that lead to Ricky J, so put the 93 up to the point. I think Ricky J is probably in the same boat, honestly. With how much you spin the tires, Lovell just throws in very deep there, almost get into the 93.
Single file throughout the field, back up front. Hello, Barbara. Thanks for tuning in here tonight.
Very interesting. You can almost see the separate strategies between the 088 and the 93 in terms of braking. Ricky J is braking very early, getting the car right down the bump on that curbing, traditional Martinsville fare. Greg Lovell's throwing it in really deep up high, slowing it down, and then trying to arc the car down the turn. It seems like it's giving him a really good center off. Just can't get the drive he needs to get right back to the 93 by the entry of the next turn.
Just trying to get it to work right now. Is Lovell there in second. He's top 2 about 3 car lengths over Terry Scott in third. Herman Reese closing in there in fourth, about two car and a half length back of that 66. And it's Craddock rounding out your top 5 early on in the going here. Nelly's starting to try to work over the back bumper of Brain Fade there in that 49, while Brain is looking to get by Brian Lovell. Magoo up into the outside wall off of turn number 2. Looks like he just got out into those marbles and the car took off on him.
Yeah, it's going to be something we see a lot of tonight. If you kind of throw it in too deep, get up into those marbles, you're going to have some issues with just losing a ton of grip. I've already seen a few guys take a good shot at the wall before. BSR Silver Bullet did it on about lap 2 here. But right side, just short track. You're not really worried about aero dependency here. You're just worried about that mechanical grip. As long as that's intact, you still got all the power under the hood there. It should be pretty smooth sailing for you. Ricky J's getting another challenge here from Greg Lovell. He's starting to close back up with the back bumper of this 193 machine. But Ricky J is starting to figure something out on drive off. Actually starting to take away Greg Lovell's run just a little bit that he was getting.
The 86 had a steering box issue that they had to take the car to the garage, and they will not be rejoining this race. was Andrew Miller in that 86 Powerade team. Never good when your day doesn't even get to start.
Yeah, very unfortunate. But sometimes them's the breaks, as it were.
Further on back, Lovell got by Craddock. Now Craddock having to hold off. Brain fade, car into the wall. It's Nelly. We stay green.
One stays straight and one stays rolling here. We're going to stay green.
There's
As
a
these guys
replay.
are having these issues back here, it's really let these leaders just get away. The 93, 088 really pulling away from these guys. Quite a bit of a gap between Greg Lovell, about 2 seconds between him and Herman Reese in the 55, but Lovell and Ricky J not getting away from each other.
Battle's still on for the spot. Give it to Brain Fade as we go down into turns 1 and 2. That 49, he's really sliding those rear tires. McCoolong now to the inside of the 22.
Coulomb gets to the inside of that 22. They're going to be side by side coming through turn 3. You see he's got the preferred line. He pulls away, makes that, guns it coming off the turn. That's that 199 in the back fender. It looks like an old late model doing that. I love that design at a place like Martinsville, really fitting. Meanwhile, up front, the leaders finally catching some lap traffic here. Excuse me. The 101 of Jeff Habig lets these guys on by. Kind of takes away Greg Lovell's line a little bit on that turn entry. Let's see what it does here coming into turn 3 if he can pull back to the 93. He actually gets right to the back bumper of Ricky J. So it seems like there's a little bit of a back and forth going here. Every time I think Ricky J's car is starting to fall off, he gets a huge head of steam. And then, oh, Ricky J got really loose going into turn 1 there. That's going to let Greg Lovell get right to his back bumper. Then Greg Lovell hits the wall coming on turn 2.
It's almost like that 93, the rear tires aren't hooking up as well as they were early on.
Yeah, and I think really, Joe, I don't think the rear tires were ever really hooking up well on that car. Early on when Ricky J was leading, you could see not having the whole track to be able to let the car just sort of run up to the wall. He was kicking out that rear end just constantly from the lead. I think a lot of these guys have a lot of weight in the back of the car tonight, a lot of track bar, a lot of height in that right side track bar. Just doing everything to get these cars to rotate coming off the corner. And I think a lot of people are going to be dealing with that with just no rear grip. And Ricky J looks like he's hanging on to it right now, but if we're still seeing it now about 22 laps in, I would think that it's going to just be a compounding issue that we're going to see for that car for the remainder of the race. The question is, does Greg Lovell have the same issue? Because we saw him hanging out that rear end trying to run on that higher line. But if he went down and started running the 193's line, would that car be more settled? Because he got the same setup. What's the difference between these two guys? That's kind of what we're waiting on to figure out. We're not really gonna have a full picture of it until we get to that first round of green flag pit stops. What these guys have for that long run speed.
That is indeed the case here. We're going to be coming up on Magoo. I'm going to try to put Ricky J. Going to try to put that 144 lap down. Want to send out a very happy birthday to Mr. Danny Hardy. We got too deep into this race. Very happy birthday to Bond Squad Racing driver Danny Hardy. Some good action right here between the 22, 103, and 028 is now Nelly to the inside of Craddock for position.
Along a little further back, race up 49, or a little further forward, race up 49, Brave Fade makes a pass on for the 7th spot, so move Coulomb up another spot. That 199 slowly clicking away on positions, but you gotta keep an eye out because these leaders are actually starting to come up on the back of the pack here. About a turn away from the 144 Magoo, who's right behind the 19, the 38, the 22, the 190, the 028, and the 103 all together.
Not the opportune time for that 043 to catch this lapped car, the 101 of Havoc. He's loose on the outside, and he's around right in front of Brain Fade, sideways up into the outside wall. We stay green.
Stay green. These guys check up for him. That's going to let these... They're all going to accordion together here. It's not going to be good for the leaders, because that means when they catch them, there's going to be a lot of trouble there.
You like to have less traffic, right? You don't like seeing those guys that maybe you're trying to put a lap down side by side, especially at a place like Martinsville.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't look now, that 55 getting a little bit bigger back there. He's kind of reeling these top two in. He's keeping his distance. Nonetheless, Havoc into the wall again in that 101.
Yeah, I think Havoc's just trying to make sure that he stays out of the way of these lead lap cars. Very good courtesy by the 101. A rough night here, though, after that spin, no caution. Those tires are probably fried on that Chevy SS.
That's always a terrifying proposition, too, spinning on the outside with lead lap cars coming on by you.
Always a little scary, you know.
You never like having the cars coming at you full speed.
No, it's never fun.
And Ricky J's extended his lead over Greg Lovell to about 2.5 car lengths. Lovell, of course, closes the door through the center of the corner. This 93, though, getting some good drive off the corner.
Yeah, Ricky J just powers off that corner like it's nobody's business.
It's all about the center, though. I mean, a lot of these guys, like you said, they're really letting that rear end kick out, kind of sliding that car through the corner, getting to turn, but that's going to wear out those tires quicker and quicker as we go along, and again, that's not something you necessarily want to do.
That is correct, Joe. And while these guys are racing, these leaders finally caught that 144 Magoo while he's racing the 22 Rich Craddock for position. So it's going to be interesting because Magoo is within his right to be blocking these guys because he's racing for position. He doesn't have to reel over for him. He's trying to stay on the lead lap.
He will,
Craddock's trying to stay on the lead lap. If they get a caution, one of these guys could be the lucky dog. But Magoo is going to go up and let these guys on by. You see, it's still tough to get around him just because it's so tight here in Martinsville. And Greg Lovell had to take some evasive maneuvers to get past that 144. They clear him. 193 is now going to set his sights on passing that 22 of Craddock.
Well, if you're Magoo, maybe you try to follow these two as they try to get around this 22, right? Kind of opens the door for you, and you can just slip on through.
You'd think so, but the problem is, if these guys have a ton of grip out there, they kind of pull away from you.
Yeah, I saw it there, just not able to keep the gap back to that 22. Leaders go on by, put that 22 of Craddock a lap down. And these laps just clicking off.
Sights on. It's going to be this 19 of Furco and that Jegs Dodge Charger. He's in the 12th spot, so still ways to go. They got a lot of cars that could lap here tonight.
The fans would love to see it, wouldn't they?
Well, you know, see these two guys just dicing each other, can't get away from each other, but they're just lapping cars like nobody's business. I'm having a lot of fun watching this.
Always good when there's a good battle at the front of the field.
Always and always.
Make sure if you haven't already, leave a like on the video. This is, of course, JTN's call of the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series. I'm Joe, he's Ricky. Here from the Martinsville Speedway. We got one race left on the calendar here for the Cup Series boys next weekend, or next Thursday at Phoenix. Same time, same place, right here on the JoeTowNetwork YouTube. Again, youtube.com/JoeTowNetwork. 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll kick off the coverage there. We'll crown a champion officially. It's going to be a fun time. And then the following night in the Bomb Squad Racing Xfinity Series, we'll also be broadcasting that race, and we'll crown a champion there. So those races, of course, live only on JTN. You don't want to miss them. Don't want to miss it, Ricky. You just don't want to miss it.
You never want to miss it. Right now, though, Ricky J, he's going to want to miss that 19. Have some issues getting around the 19 to Furco here. Finally clears him, but struggled a lot with getting on by him. But to his luck, the 088 now having some issue with getting around the 19 as well. And Furco goes way up into turn 3, almost gets very loose there. But leaders get on by him. Next car they're going to be setting their sights on is at 38 of Sean Fredericks. He is in the 11th spot. And then from there, there's going to be a big logjam. The 043, the 4, the 49, the 103, the 028, all running together. These guys are going to catch that logjam. It's going to be a rough time for them. Right now, that really hasn't been in the discussion a lot, but Herman Rees holding it pretty good on that 2-second gap. Really hasn't changed anything. So I think that 55 machine's got some speed in it. I think he just needs the track position to really throw his weight around with these leaders.
I think you might be right, Ricky.
Oh, the 028 Monte Keller gets into the inside wall, keeps it straight. We stay green.
Right in front of the leaders. They go by on the outside.
Monte Keller, they check up for him. get on by him, but that was a scary moment. They almost ran into the 028.
Get you a replay what happened there with Keller. Looks like he's just going to get loose on entry of the corner.
Yeah, I think some of these guys are starting to kind of overdrive those cars, just trying to keep them fast, try to stay ahead of these leaders. They know these guys are coming up, but I think it's a little bit of a mind game to see them there and be like, oh no, I don't want to go a lap down this early in the race.
Nelly and Brainfade battling for position. Nelly just threw it down there into turn 3 to make the pass on this 49. Now Frederick's looking to the inside of the 49. This, of course, the battle for 9th position now. We go back to our leaders, though. They're about half a car length, or half a straightaway. Half a straightaway behind. Those two we just saw battling, and it's still the Ricky J and Greg Lovell show up at the front.
It is. One person that kind of benefited from that a little bit was Herman Reese. Actually closed it down to about a 1.5 second gap on the level, but it seems like it's starting to grow again. Oh, the 028 Monte Killer hard into the outside wall, full speed.
I think he lost a tire.
Oh no.
We stay
green. Just sitting up over there. We'll see what happens if that throws a caution. I don't know if it will. He is off track, so no caution.
Here's the replay. Just watch. Goes down into the corner. Car doesn't steer hard into the outside wall. That is a tough lick as a race car driver.
That is a very tough lick. Almost looked like his wheel lost connection or something. It looked like he went full speed into the wall.
Lovell continuing to try to find a way around Ricky J for the lead. He's trying everything right now on entry to these corners, going a little bit high and then trying to cut it low through the center. Can he find something that works before we come down for green flag pit stops?
Hey, I think so, because it seems like 50 laps in here, he's starting to really give a challenge to this 193. Not to say that they haven't been, these two haven't been close all night, because obviously they have. They've been within, 2/10 of each other the entire time, but it seems like Lovell's really starting to be in a position where he's making attacks, getting right on that back bumper on that 193 and just staying there. For a little bit, Ricky J looked like he had more speed, but it seems like the 088, we've seen this before with Greg Lovell. It almost seems like a tale of two cars every time we come to these tracks. The past few weeks, it seems like it's just a recurring story. The 193 has really good short run speed, and then Lovell's car, as it hits a wall, usually starts to come alive during the long run. So we'll see what happens here. It might start to look like that here tonight if Lovell stops in the wall.
Are you more frustrated in the leader's position or the trailing car's position?
I would say the trailing cars, because you know you have a fast car and you just can't find a way around that leader.
There are going to be some opportunities coming up here as we're coming up on more lap traffic. Brain fade to the inside of Silver Bullet. Looks like Monte Keller got a tow back to the pit lane. Or he's at least coming back out on track.
Yeah, these guys are catching these lap cars quick. And Joe, that's the other issue, is that the more they lap these cars, the quicker they're going to get, because they're knocking on the back door of the top 10 here with the 38 of Sean Fredericks. These guys are running close to 20.1. Some of these guys a little ahead of them, like Nelly running 19.8s right now compared to the leaders 19.7s. Like they're faster, but these guys they're passing are just fast enough that it takes a little bit to make a pass on them. They have enough speed to hold their ground for at least a few laps. Compared to some of the guys in the back that are having some handling woes, they could just blow on by. Here comes Ricky J to the inside of the 4. Silver Bullet gonna throw it in deep into the turn, give Ricky J that inside, but Ricky J gonna get stuck by the 38 of Sean Fredericks as Greg Lovell tries to close the gap.
Lovell trying to close the gap, gonna take advantage, hopefully. At least that's what he's hoping for on these lap cars. And once again, though, kind of gets stuck with a lap car to his outside on the exit. Seems like Ricky J's been able to kind of time where he's making these passes on putting these cars a lap down to where he can kind of run up all the way next to the wall on exit of the corner.
Yeah, and a gentleman moves I'm seeing here tonight. 38 and the 4 both moved up, got in line, kind of let these guys on by. Obviously, it's always going to look like a fight when these guys pass lap cars here, just because, again, Martinsville is such a tight track. Even if you're even being out of someone's way means you're still in the racing line to some capacity here. That's because how narrow this track is. But you saw they moved up the track, kind of tried to give the leaders as much wiggle space as they possibly could. And then as soon as the leaders went on by, they went right back to racing.
Vroom, vroom.
Vroom-a-dee-vroom.
wanted to say this 38 car is spectacular. Also, like the little detail of making sure that the tape there on the grill opening was the same accent color, that blue. So, just wanted to say I appreciate this car. This E-Cascadia paint scheme is the best paint scheme of 2021 in the Cup Series, and glad to see Fredericks bringing it here tonight.
If we're watching these guys race around here, Joe, it almost seems like Ricky J's, that rear end of that car almost seems like it's washing out in the center of the corner. I can't tell if he's getting a good run off doing that or not, but all accounts, it doesn't really look like he's handling good, but at the same time, he's still got speed.
Hey, you just need enough to stay in front of that second place driver, right? Doesn't matter how bad the car is, as long as you're in first, everything's okay. Folks, be a friend, tell a friend about us here on JTN. Make sure if you haven't already, hit the like button and subscribe. Also, if you feel so inclined, why not hit that share button underneath, share to your Facebook, your Twitter, whatever social media you have. Always appreciate that when we see those links being shared, especially by our drivers here and all these leagues we cover, and can't thank you enough for all your support as always. All that being said, before we see some more cars coming up here in front of our leader, upcoming races here on JTN, presented by our friends at TWB Technologies. Together, we are better, always better when you're tuning in, talking with us in chat. October the 30th, that is Saturday night, under the lights from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Going to be one hot night there with the USORL Retro Series, 10:45 p.m. Eastern Time. That one kicks off. Then it's going to be Sunday night. It's Halloween, All Hallows Eve, the Hallowdega 500 with the boys at East Coast Thunder and the boys here at Bomb Squad Racing. We're going to kick that one off at 8:55 p.m. Eastern Time. Race coming at you right at 9. All-Star Racing Cup Series opens up the round of 8 from the Texas Motor Speedway as Brian Lovell going a lap down here. All-Star Racing Cup Series opens the round of 8 on Wednesday, November the 3rd from the Texas Motor Speedway, 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time for that one. Bomb Squad Cup Series action from Phoenix. Again, that's the final race of the Cup Series season as Lovell's going around. Big contact with Fredericks. Oh boy. We stay green.
Stay green. Really very stingy the tower is tonight about throwing yellows. You'll see that 043 is around on track going backwards.
Now we're under yellow.
Now we're under yellow. There it is. First caution of the night here, lap 66. A lot of time out there on track for these guys this evening. Excuse me, lap 67.
Take a look at what happened. Again, he's just out in that loose stuff, right?
Yeah, and we were talking about it. We see a few people doing that tonight. It takes a matter of stepping out just once for that whole rear end to come around, and you're gone.
Apparently, the car being stopped in the middle of the track wasn't enough, but once he started to try to spin it around, it was too much for the officials.
Yeah, they had to put that old line in the sand.
Picturesque day here in Martinsville, Virginia. This Cup Series race, all the guys on the lead lap coming down the pit lane.
Everyone's gonna come down and get tires.
You need them, right? Gotta have them, gotta have them.
Gotta have them.
Of course, folks, if you want to keep up to date with all the races we have going on, just to finish that little upcoming schedule read, you can head on over to the JTN Twitter and Facebook page. You'll get posts every time we're going to be going live right here on the JoeTowNetwork. Congratulations to the University of Michigan hockey team, defeating the University of Wisconsin 3-0 tonight from Yost Ice Arena in Ann Arbor. I like college hockey.
I like college. I don't know anything about hockey. We've had this discussion before. I don't know anything.
You thought
about
you
hockey.
thought it was quarters or halves at one point. Talked about that. Right now at the Eastern Carolina University, football game against the University of South Florida, they have the Carolina Hurricanes game on the Jumbotron. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Well, it's a caution, so that means we're quiet here on JTN. We like to hear the sounds of the cars down at these low RPMs, right, Ricky?
Yeah, I love hearing that grumble.
Hey, NASCAR Ignition launched this week. I know a lot of people had hopes that maybe it could surpass NR 2003. We all knew it wouldn't. But what were your thoughts on what you've seen about the game? The glitches are funny.
Beep-a-boop. I had flashbacks. I bought NASCAR 2011, not new, but I remember buying it when it came out, get real excited, and then like the first race I did was New Hampshire, and the car was stuck halfway in the ground online, and then my game crashed. So the more things change, the more things stay the same, I suppose. I did not purchase the game. I'm gonna wait it out. It's they're getting patches out pretty quick, so quicker than I expected. So I'll give it a week. I like a good career mode, but people who are playing career mode in real life right now, these guys coming to the green flag, Greg Lovell and Ricky J. The 088's got the advantage coming into turn one. A great jump of that restart for Greg Lovell, really trying to get this. Really going to be fighting for this lead here on this restart. Lovell knows that he's good up there up top, racing Ricky J side by side into turn three.
If he can just get enough to where he can clear that 193, he might be able to set sail with the lead. Not going to do it this time. Ricky J shuts the door down into turn one, give him the lead. As now Herman Reese, like you said, he's got the track position.
Yeah, now Reese is going to have to capitalize on it. He's got what he needs to really start giving these guys a run for their money. We know Herman Reese is fast to these short tracks, usually is. And you see what that Toyota power plant does. I can't think an old Toyota V8 is going to really match that North Star or whatever he's got under the hood of that Cadillac it is at 73. But, you know, rental cars are quicker than you expect them to be sometimes.
Sometimes indeed.
Right now, looking at this, Ricky J hanging on to a good lead here as Greg Lovell starts to gap a little bit. He's going to throw it in deep up top in turn one. He's trying to arc the turn again, but you see, Ricky J's he's got something there. A few hundredths of a second faster than Greg Lovell lap after lap, and that's all that it is that's keeping him up front.
I was going to say, Ricky J looks better at the start of this run than he did the initial start to the race.
Yeah, and you have to think that maybe he made some adjustments there in that pit stop. I think also now knowing what that car is like at the limit, maybe he's found some things out over that last 60 lap run that he's now applying. Gets very loose there between 3 and 4 that lets Lovell kind of close the gap. Not really. Maybe sort of. There he is. Look at him go. Across the line, Ricky J still leading Greg Lovell in second. Third place goes to Herman Reese, but fourth place, Mike Coulong, that 199. We were talking about the Sky earlier, but Coulong has a deceptively fast car here tonight. He's been bobbing and weaving his way around traffic, making passes, getting positions, and now he's sitting right up in fourth spot, sitting pretty in the top 5, putting up some good lap times. Yep. Not as fast as the leaders at the moment, but solid lap times to get him that fourth spot.
He's got some good velocity behind the wheel of that Velocity Garage Chevrolet. Always love the purple and yellow there on the 199.
You had to go for that, didn't you, Joe?
Hey, I mean, think about it. He literally changes his velocity every time he goes around the track.
That is. I mean,
he just...
They all do.
Yeah, but... Yeah. You know, velocity isn't just a scalar, it's a vector. So it has, you know, position involved, or direction involved.
Yes. No. Yes. No.
Oh, yes.
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 No.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Ricky J coming up on his first lap car here, the 19 of Furco for that in the 14th spot. Excuse me, I'm starting to choke on my own tongue here. But Ricky J makes it past that 19 pretty handedly. Gonna have some smooth sailing for a little bit before anyone else. Furco throws it in deep. Furco really drives these quarters deep at Martinsville. But let's go let Greg Lovell get on by him as well.
I was gonna say maybe you're choking on those Martinsville hot dogs you were eating before the race.
You know, I've never had one.
Really? You ever had like a chili dog?
No.
Pony dog, I guess.
I don't even think I've had a coney dog. I don't know any of that.
Tuffy Terror.
I've been missing out on important hot dogness.
You're not a big hot dog guy?
No, I love hot dogs. I just haven't had good hot dogs.
Can you say hot dog for me one more time?
Hot dog.
Hot dogs there for Ricky J. Tuffy writes in, what mod is this? This is the Bullring Gen 6 mod, the 2013 version, so the original version of the mod, not the 2015. So we got the original Gen 6 Toyota. There you see one of them, that 55 of Herman Reese here tonight. Another one back there, 66, Terry Scott. And I appreciate that. He says we should commentate real races.
I don't think they would appreciate us in the booth. I barely appreciate us, and I'm in the booth.
Hey, there he is. He's tuning into chat. Danny, want to wish you a very happy birthday from all the boys here at Bomb Squad Racing. Want to make sure I pass that message along. See you joining in chat. Hope you had a very happy birthday, or gonna have a very happy birthday. Hopefully it was a good one.
You guys are racing out here right now.
Yep.
Excuse me.
And it's so enthralling.
Ricky J's starting to pull away a little bit from that 088 Greg Lovell, which we haven't seen that yet tonight. We haven't really seen the leaders start to pull away, but right now, 0.75 seconds, 3/4 of a second, a gap between the 193 and the 088. That's the biggest it's been all night. Meanwhile, a little further back, about 2 seconds behind Lovell, 55 of Herman Reese is getting a challenge from the 99 of Mike Coulong. Coulong just put up his best lap of the race last time by. He's running lap times comparable with the leaders, so I think that 199's learning a few things. Got a few tricks up his sleeve that he's starting to apply here on track.
Do you know any tricks here at Martinsville?
I know how to pull a rabbit out of a hat.
Oh, really?
No, I'm lying to you.
Oh. Well, some would say lies are a trick.
When he says his car has velocity on it on the side, and I stole the exact same joke from Joe, because that's what we do on JTN. We have no morals. We have
original
no
ideas.
Standards.
No, we have standards. They're just low.
That's a low standard, yeah. I mean, I guess, yeah. I mean, the bar's at the bottom. Technically, the bar's still there.
What, the saying's something's better than nothing?
You can't go underneath it, but it does exist.
The bar's on the ground.
The bar's
and we don't have any shovels.
It's actually kind of dirty. Someone should clean it.
Hey, Bristol's trying.
49 of Brain Fade drifting really hard off turn 4, racing the 19 of Furco. That's a lap down spot, but Brain Fade gets on by him. But he lit up those rear tires. I thought he was about to spin in that Dodge Dart.
Don't touch my Dart. Do you remember those commercials?
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember those commercials at all.
They relaunched the Dodge Dart. It was a fantastic time. I still want one.
I mean, I know what the Dart. I know they relaunched the Dart. That was like 10 years ago, and then it got discontinued like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But Dodge Dart lives on here on track with the 49 car Brain Fade, who is again sliding it through turns 1 and 2. Joe, I'm thinking that 49 machine's a little bit loosey-goosey out there, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a wee tad of the loose. But as he's slipping in a slide and peeping in a hide, and 199 and Mike Coulong still on the tire tracks. Herman Reese still running some really good lap times here. Actually, the fastest car on track last time by, the 199 at Coulong. So, talk about Herman Reese. Herman Reese is running some good times too, but not even... I'm almost wondering if Coulong got up front with these leaders, if he would have anything for him, because it just seems like he's fast. That 199 car is fast.
He's fast. He's got some speed, but we've seen all night long. It's hard to pass as these runs go on.
49 has some more issues. I think he almost spun it, or he did spin it. Not really sure, but big checkup. He's
Frederick's into the wall.
38 is Sean Fredericks just almost spun it off turn 4. Guys got a little loose, getting close to lap 100 here, almost halfway. This one is going pretty quick here, Joe, at Martinsville Speedway. This is going to make an interesting issue for Ricky J because he's starting to close up. He's about a straightaway away from brain fade in that 49. After brain fade, immediately in front of him is 144 of Magoo. Immediately in front of him is the 38 of Fredericks. In front of him is the 28 of Monty Keller. In front of him is the 4 of Silver Bullet. And 19 of Furco. And the 043 of Brian Lovell just a little bit ahead of him. That leader is going to be coming up on a whole whale of lap cars all kind of clustered together. We saw earlier, Ricky J kind of fought with two guys. And even when they let him on by, it still kind of slowed him up. What's going to happen here if he rolls up on 3 cars battling for position?
Not good things. I mean, we saw that in that initial run, right? We saw that it was hard for him to get through the traffic, especially on corner exit. And have to think, now that these guys kind of know what they have a little bit more, might make their lives a little bit harder.
You know what they say, Joe? If you're not working harder, you're smarter.
Yep.
If you're not smarter, harder, you're working. Ricky J coming across start-finish line as a 144 Magoo. Now the last car on that back grouping. He's currently a lap down already. Is now going to be the first victim to Ricky J if he gets to him shortly. But he's about 2 turns away from these lap down cars. He's really starting to close in on him.
He likes to move it.
Likes to move it. He likes to party. He likes to party.
Our concurrent viewers have been sliced in half in the last 10 minutes, and I just want to say that we appreciate you for tuning in, and we apologize.
I was going to say, I knew you were going to segue to a public apology. Joe Twansky, world's best PR guy.
I go to school for everything, engineering, graphic design.
Oh, look at this. Ricky J's coming right up on some lap traffic. They're in some weird spots here. He's going to get on by the 144 Magoo. But the 4 the 49 were just side-by-side racing each other. Ricky J clears them. He's got some gap here in the 088, which we haven't seen yet tonight. So, kind of 1.5 second gap. So he's got some time to kind of play with. But, he'll be right in the back bumper of the 4 Silver Bullet here. See what Silver Bullet does. Throws it in, sees the leader, kind of tries to give him that low line. The thing with these lap cars too is that they don't want to roll over for the leader on courtesy, but they also don't want to like just lose all the position to the guys that are racing around the track. Silver Bullet doesn't want to lose that 12th spot to Magoo, so he's got to keep that speed up. It's a very fluid situation in what he's doing. They sort of just like slowly rolling over for the leader. In terms of like getting up the track and then keeping that pace and sort of letting him, he's letting him by, but he's not letting the leader get by quick. He's not slamming on the brakes and coming to a dead stop to let someone by.
Why not?
19 of Furco is actually up into that outside wall because he just wants to keep that speed up, keep that momentum up. If he lets that momentum falter even for a minute, that's going to let Magoo strike on him. And actually, that's happening right now as the 088 Greg Lowell gets underneath him. Magoo in the 144 has now got a ton of speed, and he's coming up on the inside of that 4 machine. There's a continuously fluid situation here. Very much in nature of just short track racing. You're always navigating traffic, no matter where you are in the field. You're always having to like strategize in terms of how much you're pushing the car at any given moment. Even if you're back in second to last, you're fighting against the guy for last, and you got to account for what's happening around you in terms of how you react to those leaders coming up on you.
We're halfway.
For the moment,
just over.
He's going to get a little bit of a moment's rest. But that has closed the gap. Greg Lovell now back to about a second gap on that 193 as Ricky J coming up on the 49 of Furco. Furco's had a fast car, so we'll see what happens. I think, not Furco, excuse me, Brain Fate in that 49. Furco's right ahead of him in the 19. I'm talking myself into a little bit of brain failure, into a little bit of brain fade myself.
I'm gonna say just over, about 12 laps over halfway here from Martinsville. It's been a long, grueling race for these guys. Still have to come back down the pit lane before this one is all said and done. Ricky J, though, doing a good job right now on this run of extending his lead over Greg Lovell. We saw in that initial run to the race, Ricky, that the 088 was really able to stay right there on the back bumper of this 193 car. Not able to do the same now. We talked about it at the start of the run, that the 193 fired off a lot better, and now he's starting to run better as the run goes on. Assume some adjustments were made there, maybe not, never know. But if you're Ricky J, you're looking good. You're flying those Voiles trucking colors. You're out front. Series sponsor, of course, league sponsor. You got to win all the races, right?
Yeah, win all the races. Get all that TV time for you can. Get as much TV time as you can. The sponsor loves to see it. Sorry, Joe. I'm not good at making word salad tonight. It just seems like it's all spoiled.
It's okay. Sometimes you got to deal with spoiled ingredients.
Yeah. It's not good. Spoiled lettuce. No, it is good right now. That 193 Ricky J just absolutely putting a clinic on the field here tonight at Martinsville Motor Speedway. Joe, I know motor is not in the freight. Motor Speedway is not in the name of the track, but I'm going to use it anyways because that sounds pretty cool.
No, it does not.
You don't sound cool. Fine, Martinsville International Raceway Park.
That sounds
Incorporated.
Better.
Merp. I always like when New Hampshire is to be called New Hampshire International Speedway because it's just like who internationally is coming to New Hampshire.
It's kind of like the international airports, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes they're in like really weird spots.
I guess Canadians. A lot of Canadians.
In New Hampshire, yeah.
Yeah, New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Like Michigan. Isn't Michigan an international speedway?
Mm-hmm.
I guess it makes sense. If you're close enough to Canada, you can say it's international because it is.
Daytona's international.
Yeah, you know what? I take it back. I take it back. That makes more sense. It makes more sense of Richmond being international, I think.
Richmond's just Richmond Raceway now.
Yeah, but when it was International Raceway, it didn't really make a lot of sense because no one's like, oh yeah, Virginia, that's so international.
Very.
Yo is international right now. Ricky J is Mr. Worldwide because he is going round and round and round the world here, winning at every track we come to, and he's just dominating here tonight at Martinsville. He's coming up on the 38 of Sean Frederick. A little further back, a little bit of almost bumping there. Greg Lovell had a little bit of an issue getting on by the 49 of Brain Fade, and then Furco almost got into him trying to chase the 088 to kind of leapfrog the 49 there. As Ricky J's navigating this traffic, Greg Lovell's gap's starting to shorten back into that 1 second. Kind of seems like it settles down into about a 1 second spread every time that Ricky J gets into traffic. I think it's because Lovell starts to deal with the same thing. He's not really getting past this traffic any quicker than Ricky J, but he's got a fast enough car that I think he kind of stems the bleeding when that gap closes up.
Yeah.
It's the 193.
So, if you're sitting there right now at home, you might be getting a little chilly. You know, it's fall. We're a couple days away from November. It gets a little cold, you know. You sometimes need that extra layer as you go outside. Well, if you need that extra layer, you can head on over now to the JTN merch store and get yourself a JTN logo hoodie. Have it available with our normal JTN logo as well as our Retro Speed Edition JTN logo. Actually, I have the Speed hoodie. It's fantastic. Those hoodies are great. So you can, again, head on over now to the JTN merch store. Get yourself a hoodie. Stay nice and warm. And heck, while you're at it, you might need a good cup of hot cocoa once the winter comes, so you can get yourself a JTN coffee mug as well. And you'll be all ready to sip on either, coffee, of course, but also some hot chocolate as the snow starts to fall here. as we head into 2022. JTN merch store, link in the description below. Go get yourself some JTN merch. Rep the brand, you know what I mean?
Repping the brand, look at the brand get repped.
Always appreciate folks that get that JTN merch too, and make sure you send us your pictures when it arrives, and you too could see yourself on a JTN broadcast. We haven't actually done that before, but we will. That's a promise. Don't know
Is
when.
that a promise?
But we
Is
will.
that guaranteed? See,
I don't know.
now you don't know what to think.
Now I'm confused.
Now you're
Honestly.
confused.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
Unfortunate, but you know it's not unfortunate. Ricky J leading here at Martinsville, hanging on to that gap as he's making pretty good work of this traffic, getting around it just bit by bit. And gets on by Monty Keller in the 028. That's for 7th position. Ricky J just has a missile here tonight, that Voiles trucking machine.
I was worried you were going to put a word for the missile, but yes, indeed, that 193 is quick.
What word would I put for missile?
P.
I don't even know. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Alright, I'll write a note, make sure I update you after the broadcast, but like you said, Ricky J, he's out front right
The
now.
stairs practice guy got to explain that out to me.
Second place is the 088 Greg Lovell down in the pit lane. That's Silver Bullet right now. Last night's winner, not the night they were looking for with that Coors Light Chevrolet Camaro. Third place, about a straightaway and a half back now, is the 55 of Herman Reese and Mike Coulong, and the 199. Rounding out your top 5 is the 66 of Terry Scott. I mean, look at this field right now. So here is our stationary cam.
Road right now. I think these guys are going to start coming down soon.
There's our stationary cam. Ricky J right now coming off of turn number 2. He's halfway down the back straightaway. There's third place Herman Reese, 4th Mike Coulong. There's Terry Scott now coming off the back straightaway. He's in 5th, or coming onto the back straightaway. He's 5th, and there's Ricky J at the start-finish line. So the pace of that 193 is mighty quick.
It is indeed, and right now 2 seconds between him and the 088 of Greg Lovell. That's probably the biggest that gap has been tonight.
To watch this 4 car, he's got new tires now. See if maybe that helps that team try to gain some ground here. Those guys there racing. Lovell goes on by, maybe a little bit of contact there with Furco and Brian Lovell. Furco loose off the corner, he saves the car. Good save there from the driver of the 19 Dodge Charger. Completes the pass there on the 043.
There's a 55 of Herman Reese is down on pit road. So that's one of our lead lap. I think it's the first lead lap car coming down. I think some adjustments can be made here to see if anyone can find anything to catch that 193 Ricky J.
Might need to throw the kitchen sink at it.
Hey, you know, it's Martinsville. You know, the old Martinsville kitchen sink. Like Martinsville hot dog, except a sink.
Say hot dog again?
Hot dog. Why do you keep making me say hot dog? Are you doing something? Am I getting punked?
No, I gotta remember, I gotta write down the time though. No, like you said, there's Reese. He's coming out on those fresh tires. Lovell gonna be able to get on by him. Going down into turn 1, more cars on the pit lane now, of course, too. That's Terry Scott. That was your 5th place car. He's down on pit road.
Texas Terry Scott. That's not his nickname, but I'm going to call him that because it sounds cool. He's down on pit road getting tires. As we wait for more cars to come down, Ricky J just still just running circles around these guys. 2.6 second gap on our leader.
I think he's running
Ricky J,
ovals.
that car's just not falling off. Yo, we're near the end of this run here. He's still running 19.6. His best lap's at 19.3 the entire race.
Some of those guys on new tires weren't even running 19.6s.
It almost seems like, as Greg Lovell comes down pit road, it almost makes you wonder what would happen if you only ran on 2 tires.
Here comes our leader, Ricky J, down the pit lane. Rest of the cars coming down. I believe Nelly might get the lead here for a couple laps. Might be staying out, try to lead a lap. Things are cycling really weird here. Timing and score. Here comes Nelly. He'll lead this lap. It's going to be close coming to the pit lane. Really aggressive coming to the line.
I think that is the first car to lead a lap tonight that has not been Ricky J.
Well, it won't last
Ricky J
for long.
not getting all laps led here tonight.
See where he cycles out. Here he goes off the pit lane. Greg Lovell now just coming off of turn number 2. There you see him. So I think Ricky J might have actually extended the lead there on the pit cycle. Radic and that 22 going to be sandwiched in between. Ricky, we're very fast. Very quickly.
Very fast here.
I was going to say very fastly, and then I was like, that's not proper English. We're quite
John
quickly.
Fredericks is coming down. Monty Keller's down. Sorry to cut you off there, Joe, but a few more guys down pit road here.
Quite quickly coming
Brain
to
Fade
the...
coming down. Brain Fade was actually leading for a little bit here, staying out. So
There
a few
he
more
is.
cars getting some laps led.
Here you go, Brain. Here's your TV time.
TV time.
Oh, he didn't lead that lap.
You gotta wonder when they pitted here, Joe. Did they have enough to make it to the end of the race?
Oh, yeah.
Think so?
Yeah. Easy. All these guys pitted with less than 75 laps. If I recall correctly, it's about 75 laps. Could be wrong. Could only be 50, but I'm just gonna rock with 75 here tonight. Ain't that right?
That is correct. 2.5 seconds is the gap between first and second right now. Let's see what happens. It almost seems like these guys start putting up faster lap times the more they're out there as those tires start to heat up.
That was 2.5 seconds. There's third place in the 55. Fourth place is Nelly in that 103. He's behind cars 2x2. That's the inside of Brain here.
Right to Rick Craddock down on pit road, coming back off. Ricky J still holding on to a 2.5 second lead, a little bit over that actually, 2.66 right now.
He's he might be spanking the field here tonight, huh?
He might be spanking it just a little bit, just a little bit.
You got to appreciate the drive.
Very much got to appreciate the drive. When a team just comes out here and just absolutely throws results.
Josh Berry, one time he won the late model race here at Martinsville, led almost every lap.
Wouldn't surprise me.
He's going to be behind the wheel of that 31 for Jordan Anderson racing this weekend. Interesting to see if Barry can make it a clean sweep at Martinsville with the smaller team. Look at Nelly go, indeed.
Just watching Ricky J perfect his craft here, just leading. Looking for a battle on track here right now. 66, Terry Scott racing the 49 of Brain Fade. This is going to be for... Brain Fade's actually a lap down in the 9th spot, so Terry Scott actually just trying to get on by a lap car. That's crazy to think about. He's only in 6th. Meanwhile, Ricky J is starting to come up. He's about straight away behind some of these guys, so he might even come up on Terry Scott in a few laps here.
Well, if you're Terry, you want to try to hold him off as long as you can, just in case we get a yellow.
Oh, absolutely.
And remember, folks, we're going to be back live with you. It's our upcoming races here on JTN. We're going to be back live with you next Thursday night from the Phoenix Raceway with the boys here at Bomb Squad Racing. Season finale out in the desert. You're not going to want to miss that one. Like I said, we'll crown a champion. We'll do that again next Thursday night right here on JTN, 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Get a good look at all the upcoming races. Have a bunch of racing this weekend too. Saturday night, Sunday night. We got you covered. It's spooky on Sunday night, Ricky. Are you gonna dress up? You gonna be in costume for the broadcast?
No, I am not.
That's good because Bristol said we can't dress up.
Spend money on that.
No, come on. Why would we spend money on a 2-second joke?
Because they can't see it.
Oh, car around, caution's out.
Oh, that is a 043.
Silver bullet.
Silver bullet.
See what happened here. Changes things a little bit. Oh, it's gonna be Craddock.
We got all back together.
Craddock goes around here in 3 and 4. They go for a little looper. There he is. He's around. He's stopped backwards. Yellow flag comes out. He loops around. Silver Bullet. Fredericks runs into the back of him. Silver Bullet was checking up. It's kind of one of those log jam situations there.
Yeah, which is, happens a lot of places like Martinsville. Everyone sort of stacks up on each other. Not much you can do.
Well, now they can make it on the field to the end, Ricky.
Oh, definitely.
Now they'll do it. Be interesting to see if anyone tries it. Maybe 2 tires. We don't. Thought is that the tire wear is not great. It's pretty bad here. You're gonna want 4 fresh Goodyear Racing Eagles, but never mind. Ricky J gonna take 2. First off the pit lane.
It's gonna be an interesting strategy.
He did not want to lose that lead.
We'll see if that plays in here because he's the only one that took 2.
I don't agree with the call, but I admire the call.
With Jay, will be taking an interesting little science experiment here. He's had a lot of speed tonight, so you gotta wonder if this is really gonna do anything for him. He really didn't lose a ton of speed that entire last run, so I kind of think that it makes sense.
Here's the thing. I don't like doing an experiment right now. You know what I mean? Like, you don't do science experiments at the end of a semester. You don't, take a big risk like that when you've been dominating the race. Of course, if he took 4 tires, everyone else would have took 2, right? That's just how it always works out. But if anyone can do it, like you said, not a lot of fall off for that 193. It will be Ricky J. But again, I have a feeling he thought some other guys were going to take 2, might have had a buffer back to the level in that 088. We'll just have to... Time will tell, right?
Time will tell indeed.
Oh, the wave arounds and lucky dogs there. So Ricky J line up in first, Greg Lovell there in second, Herman Reese, Nelly, Terry Scott, Sean Fredericks, Brain Fade, Mike Coulong, and Monty Keller, with the rest of those wave around cars coming up behind him. Field makes their way off of turn number 4. They hit the gas, green flag, and we're back underway here from Martinsville.
Greg Lovell gets a good jump into turn 1. Gonna be side by side with the 193, but Katie have the drive off. He's had some issues with this so far tonight. They're gonna be side by side, coming down the back straightaway into turn 3.
Well, it's 2 drag strips with a 180-degree turn at the end. They made it. They drag racing down the back. Now they're single file once again. Ricky J with the lead as we head down into one level, trying to stay with him this time.
PJ gets that gap on the lead on the second car, Greg Lovell, and he is pulling away once again here.
Trying to seal the deal on this race here tonight. Ricky J wants that grandfather clock, tick-tock. And the rhymes just, they don't stop.
And they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming. BSR Ricky J comes around through 1 and 2. He leads Greg Lovell by about 0.34 seconds. We'll see if Lovell can maintain the gap this time, now that there's a little bit of a tire discrepancy between the two of them.
I just, like you said, I don't know if that discrepancy is going to be enough. I think it's going to help Greg in that 088. I think it's going to help him kind of stick with this 193 a little bit better than he did on that second run there, but Terry Scott, big smoke there coming off turn number 2.
Hard to see, because the thing is that 193, those 2 tires, he's fast, but the thing is, sometimes you take 2 tires, even if there isn't a ton of wear, it messes with the balance of the car. And the 193 has not looked incredibly balanced. He's been incredibly fast, but the car has just looked loose. It looks like he's hanging out the rear end as he go way up the track here.
He wants you to stop talking about him.
The marbles, actually.
Probably wants you to stop talking about him right about now.
That might be what I'm talking about here, is that the car, it's going to mess with a little bit with how that car handles. You never really know what 2 tires are going to do to a car sometimes.
Well, Ricky J's dominated this race. He's on those 2 tires. Greg Lovell has been there in second all throughout the night, now trying to find a way around Ricky J for the lead late in the going here from the Martinsville Speedway. 30 laps to go, I think. Our ticker is slow here with the short track.
171 of 200, yeah. So 30 laps to go.
It's about a lap behind up there on that score, so just bear with us. Jay again, defensive lines down through these corners. Lovell trying to find some speed on the outside. He's really trying to kind of diamond that corner, get some more exit speed, so hopefully he can make a move and pounce on the 193 of Ricky J. But Ricky, he's been, well, he's kind of been flawless most of the season.
He has been.
We're just going to keep trying to jinx him, too.
Right now, he's just trying to see if he can keep that streak rolling, but Greg Lovell is right there. I think that 088 heard you. He's doing a much better job this time of keeping that gap close with the 193.
And if he can keep that gap close, if these guys run back up on lapped traffic, that could be an opportunity for Lovell in that 088 to maybe make an aggressive dive down into a corner. As as the race comes to an end, the gloves, you start peeling the gloves off right about now. They're not off completely, but 10 laps to go, gloves are off.
Joe, I just imagine someone taking off gloves halfway and they just have like the noodle fingers thing.
Ooh.
Ooh. Getting spooky here on Halloween, Ricky J. That rear end just kicks out in that car in a weird way, center of the corner, and it always makes me think that car is about to spin out. And that's why I think that 193 might just be on the edge of control with how fast he is.
He's just on the edge of glory.
On the edge. I'm not singing again. We always lose viewers when I start singing. Always lose viewers. I've never seen that ticker move up when we start singing.
Folks, make sure if you haven't already, hit the like button on the video and subscribe to us here on JTN. We're inching our way towards that 1,000 subscriber mark. We're setting it for 750, trying to get there before the end of the year. Really appreciate you. We've had tremendous growth in the last year. Can't thank you enough for all your support as always, and we're gonna keep trying to put the best product out here on the track. We can't thank all of our league partners, especially the guys here at Bomb Squad Racing, Brian and Kathy Voiles at Voiles Trucking. You're seeing that Voiles Trucking Mustang out front, so they know how to pick winners. So I think we might be winners, Ricky.
I think they might be winners. They do know how to pick some winners, and Ricky J right now, speaking of winners, trying to be the winner here at Martinsville. Joe, if you can't tell, I'm trying to say winners as many times as possible.
Well, you're a real winner at shoehorning the word winner into your sentences here as we wait to see who will be the winner here tonight from the Martinsville Speedway. It's the guy that's been the winner of this race so far. He is most likely going to be the winner of the championship at the end of the year.
Who had the TV show that was called Winners? Was that Neil Bonnet or was that Darrell Waltrip? Was that both?
I don't know. That's way before my time.
I don't remember. I remember watching a few episodes. I remember watching an episode of it a long time ago. I can't remember, but
Was it on TNN?
yeah, it was on TNN. Someone in the comments verify that on me. I want to say that's Neil Bonnet. Because that's me taking a guess on a show 20 years before my existence. So, not 20 years before my existence. Excuse me, probably like 10 years before my existence. But my point is, someone get research on that.
Well, we'll send all of the 0 people that work in the JTN research department to go ahead and look for those clips. All 0 of them, Ricky.
All 0 of them.
It's just us, a bunch of wackos trying to call these races. And again, we can't thank you enough for all your support. I'm Joe. He's Ricky. Here for JTN's coverage of the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series. Under 20 laps to go now. Ricky J, he's been dominant all night long. Just wants to see this thing run clean and green to the end.
Racing around here, Ricky J just making it look easy.
He is not making it look easy right
actually
now.
Been kept in touch with the 088 of Greg Lovell, who's now a second back on the leader. But right now, Ricky J leading to the line. It's going to be 15 laps to go here at Martinsville. Don't blink, they're going to go quick.
They're going to go quick, and of course we're closing in on our good buddy Tommy Bordeaux's favorite segment of the night. Once we get to 10 laps to go, Ricky will keep you updated on that.
What if I didn't?
That'd be unfortunate for me. Hearing reports that the 193 might be getting a little hot, a couple hot dog wrappers there on the grill. To wait and see what happens there.
Yeah, that plays in. Maybe threw some tape on there for that last run.
You know, all these hot dog loving fans here at Martinsville.
Right now, Greg Lovell's kept that second gap, but Herman Reese really has come to life in this last run, that 55 machine. I don't think he's got enough to make it by the end of the race, but he's making a good case for himself to grab that second position before the end of the night.
Good showing for this 55 team here tonight.
Absolutely, very good showing for a new team.
Do you think it was a dream machine for him tonight?
That machine, I heard that machine drives like a dream. As Greg Lovell gets sideways into turn 1, almost spins it, keeps it straight, but Herman Reese going to power on by him here. Herman Reese to the second spot.
Lovell going to try to hold steady on the outside, not going to be able to do so. He dives back to the inside. Really, this battle for second is heating up, and Ricky, I think it's that time.
It is, Joe. It's CW10 to go. Do you want to read it?
Yeah, and on behalf of the folks at GardenLightsDirect.com, from porches to patios to more, for all your outdoor light needs, head on over to GardenLightsDirect.com. That's GardenLightsDirect.com. GardenLightsDirect.com. Get spooky this Halloween season. Head on over now. That's your TWB10 to go.
Yo, that was too spooky.
Ooh.
Ooh. Ooh. What ghosts sound like?
Ricky J just trying to finish the clinic here tonight. Herman Reese is pretty quick right now in that 55. Don't know if he's going to have enough laps, though, to catch the 193.
I don't know either, Joe. He's got a fast car here. He's faster than Ricky J right now, but he's got some ground. He's got a second and a half, and you know, if he's a tenth of a second faster every
That's
single
still
lap,
not
I
enough.
just don't think that's
Needs 2
probably
tenths.
not going to be enough. Yeah, gonna need a little extra mustard on that hot dog there, but he is definitely giving it his all.
Say hot dog again.
Hot dog.
Hot dog, hot diggity dog.
Hot diggity dang old dog. And then that time by Ricky J faster than Herman Reese. So I don't think Reese has got what it needs. But what a showing by Herman Reese tonight. Just locking away lap after lap after lap.
Oh, Ricky J getting loose there through 3 and 4.
Yeah, he's got a nurse at home. That's all he's got to do here. Herman Reese down to 1.4 seconds, but again,
Oh, caution's
we'll see.
out.
Ricky J's got those 2 tires, so if the handling is going to
Caution's
get
out.
weird on that car, the balance, I would imagine this is going to be the time that's going to happen.
Caution's out.
Just don't know
Caution's
how weird
out.
that's going to be.
Caution's out. Ricky J is going to win this one.
Oh my goodness, and that is for the 028?
Said it like 10 times and you kept talking, Ricky. My goodness. Kept talking about how he is going to have to hold it. Is this for the 028? There's
Is
no...
it?
I guess? Yeah, I guess. That is unfortunate, because that is... We saw worse tonight that didn't get the yellow.
Martinsville officials.
Might have had too many hot dogs.
Too many hot dogs. Say hot dog again.
Hot dog. You're saying hot dog, is what you're saying.
Hot dog. Hot.
You're not
hot.
saying hot.
Hot.
You're saying hut.
Hot. Hot dog. Hot dog. Hot. 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 Hot.
Alright, Ricky
Does it
can't...
really matter?
It does to me. I think it's funny.
Yo, I quit. I'm quitting over this. It's
All right.
hot dog gate.
It's hot dog gate.
Hot dog gate.
That's right, hot dog gate. Caution was for the 028, slow in turns 3 and 4. Dang. That's not the way
Man.
you wanted to end this one.
Yeah, but man, what a clean race. Someone in the comments, mentioning it. James Sykes there, guys raced fairly well, expecting a lot of garbage here tonight. You guys kept it very composed, very clean all race. So very, props to everyone in the field for putting on such a great show.
Well, that just really goes to show how good these guys are at Bomb Squad Racing. Martinsville, probably one of the toughest tracks. It and Bristol here in NR 2003. They did a great job here tonight. And if you're looking for a place to race, you can head on over to bombsquadracing.net to find out more about how you can sign up. Bomb Squad Racing right now has Wednesday night trucks, Thursday night Cup, Friday night Xfinity. Of course, winter seasons are coming up here in a few weeks. You can head on over now to bombsquadracing.net to find out more about how you can race with the boys here at BSR. White flag this time at the line.
White flag. Checkered flag. Big
That's a white
play
flag.
day. Next time around for Ricky J. Day.
Let's look up some Vince Welch quotes.
The hands are in his wheels, and they're beautiful.
I think I did that last week. Alright. Coming to the line this time. Ricky J is going to win it here from Martinsville.
What a dominating performance by that team.
Dude, absolutely smoked them those last 4 laps. Move on to our post-race coverage. Get you those burnouts here in a second, too. Ricky J is going to claim that grandfather clock here tonight from the Martinsville Speedway. How many people are doing the jump right now?
Everyone.
Oh no. We're gonna go to this camera, I guess. See, Ricky J's gonna. Oh, maybe. There goes Fredericks, Monty Keller. Keller up and over. He's good. Comes Ricky J now. He's screaming down there through the garage area. Here he comes. Oh, he cleared it. Cleared it by a mile. Anyone else? Got any more, Ricky?
Here comes Ricky J back.
Came back. Duke's a hazard out here. There goes Nelly. Alright, well, let's go ahead and we'll move on to our post-race coverage. We'll talk with our top 3 drivers after this one, Ricky. Again, another fantastic race here from the Martinsville Speedway with the boys at Bomb Squad Racing. Sum it up, Ricky. Sum it up for the fans at home. How do you sum up such a fantastic race?
Domination.
Oh my goodness.
What? Okay,
I'm Ricky. I use cliches every 2 weeks.
Look, Joe, it's... Yes, but that's part of the fun, is it not?
You can say that about just about every one of Ricky J's wins this year. It seems like if he's winning, he's dominating the race, and the nights that he doesn't win, he doesn't have the same speed. So if you're this 193 team heading into the off season, right, you pretty much you have that championship locked down going into next week. But if you're Ricky J, you gotta feel good about where you stand right now. Gonna bring in driver of the 088, Greg Lovell. Greg, just not enough to get by that 193 for the lead.
Man, he was tough tonight. I'm telling you.
How frustrating is it sitting there in second? You're all over his back bumper that first run, and it's too early in the race maybe to give him a little love tap and get him out of the way. You wish maybe you would have done something different there? Is it frustrating kind of running behind him like that for that first run and then not being able to get around him?
Not really. I mean, on the restarts, when I was side by side with him, I backed out and let him go. We talked the whole race, man. Me and Rick does. And there's no point in racing side by side like that. I mean, it's okay for a couple laps, but it's best to just back out, man, and go single file.
It gets single file. It gets kind of strung out here from Martinsville. What are you doing behind the wheel then when you're starting to run single file? Because we saw you're kind of trying to I called it diamonding the corners, right? You come in a little bit high into turn 1, turn 3. You kind of cut that apex all the way down to trying to get a straight run off the corner?
Yeah, the second run, I started trying to save tires to see if it would make any kind of difference at all, and it didn't. So I just went back to the way I was running.
Well, you're running quick all night, led 4 laps, so got the bonus points for that, Greg. A fantastic run for you in this 088, really stringing together some good runs here in the late portion of the season. Congratulations on the podium finish. Before we let you go, floor is your sponsors, family, friends. You know the drill.
Yep. I'd like to thank Magoo and Brian Voiles, Kathy Voiles, you guys for what y'all do, man. Y'all do a great job every week. I go back and watch the races, man, every night after the race is over, and y'all do great. You and Ricky both. Y'all do just a wonderful job. I don't know, man. This is the best place to be, brother.
Hey, and if folks want to come join you racing here at Bomb Squad, remember they can head on over to bombsquadracing.net. We got it linked in the description. Thank you, as always, for all the kind words, Greg. Congratulations once again on a great run here tonight. Thanks for taking the time to talk with us.
Thanks, guys.
Greg Lovell, driver of the 088 Ford Mustang. We now bring in our second place finisher, driver of the 55 tonight. Long time no see, Herman Reese. Herman,
How you guys doing tonight?
What
I was a late race addition.
I was gonna say, it's not your usual colors. You weren't driving the Cadillac tonight. What was the difference with the Camry motor compared to the North Star or the Caddy?
I just didn't have as much horsepower. I mean, Toyota's okay, but it just doesn't have that North Star power. Plus, I had changed oil halfway through.
My goodness. You don't get that you don't get that American reliability with those Toyotas. But let's talk about let's talk about this race, because running third throughout most of the night, right? You started fourth on the night. You're gonna finish second. Had a great run. When those top two kind of got away from you on that first run, were you trying to figure out what adjustments to make? Were you just trying to maybe get through the line because you said a late edition, so probably didn't have as many practice laps as you would have liked going into tonight?
Well, it was like Dancing with the Stars. I was going to get voted off because I had no rhythm in the second run, and those guys murdered me. And in the first run, that's what I was just talking to Ricky. In the first run, I was able to run them back down and get competitive. And then that second run, I just kind of got a little erratic, and they got through traffic better and pulled away. And they were both extremely fast. I think if Greg doesn't make that pit mistake there, taking 2 tires, I probably wouldn't have finished second. But all in all, it was a good race, a good warm-up race here. I was in the Air and Stream machine. Mark Martin couldn't make it tonight, so they asked me if I'd jump in there, and it worked out.
Worked out really good. Come home with the second place finish. You talked about maybe not having your rhythm for that long run. I mean, what dance would you call that last run, being able to get by Greg there at the end? What's like a fast-paced?
It was definitely Saturday Night Fever right there. He
Yeah.
knew I was John Travolta as I went flying by. I could hear the Bee Gees playing in the background. That's what I was telling him. I finally got down in the 40s, got my rhythm on that last run, and I don't know if I had anything for Ricky. He was too far out. I gained a little bit, but he, at that point, inside 10 to go, I was just waiting for the caution because it was pretty much over. They were already popping the champagne for him at about 20 to go.
Hey, they're so fast over there in that 193 box. But Herman, a great run for you. Second place finish here tonight. Quick reminder, because like I said, we haven't had the chance to talk with you in a while. Floor is yours, sponsors, family, friends. Now it's time to thank them.
I appreciate it. Hopefully nobody will tell on my Cadillac sponsorship. But thanks to Bomb Squad for the invite. Come over here on a Thursday night. Modifieds were off, and come over here and shake down this Toyota for Mark, and you guys for putting on the show. And I had fun. It was a great race. Guys did great. 2 cautions, over 200 laps with those guys. It was a very fun race. A lot of give and take. I hope to be back here soon.
Hey, we can't wait to see you back out here on track with the guys at Bomb Squad Racing. Herman, congratulations once again on the second place run.
Thanks, guys. Have a great night and a happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. That's right. Herman Reese.
That's what it was. It was a Halloween car. It was really a Cadillac, but I was disguised as a Toyota tonight.
I see. It was a costume.
10-4. Y'all have a great night.
You too. Herman Reese, driver of the 55 Toyota Cadillac, here tonight after a second place run. We now bring in the race winner. He's got a chance to look at his new grandfather clock. Ricky J, driver of the 193. Ricky, 194 of 200. I don't, off the top of my head, I don't know what percentage that is, but it's got to be pretty high.
Definitely high. I don't know exactly what the number is, though.
It is 97%.
Wow.
But 97% of the race tonight. How's that feel?
It feels very good.
Yeah.
We did a lot of testing on Tuesday, and we definitely put our work in to try our best just to make sure we didn't make mistakes.
Well, and all that effort, I mean, we can talk about tonight. You're so quick, but season as a whole, a lot of effort being put in with you and this 193 team to try to come away with the championship at season's end. You're going to do that, right? Next week at Phoenix, we will officially crown you as the 2021 Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series champion. But you talk about that hard work. How much work do you put in week to week? What does that all entail? Kind of give the viewers at home a little taste of what that is outside of these broadcasts and these race days.
It varies a bit because I've been doing this for a couple years now, and usually I'll go in there with something that I've already spent hours and hours working on from previous seasons, and then I'll just kind of work off of that and get a feel for it. So usually I'll do some testing on a Tuesday night or something like that, especially here recently. I've been testing a lot with Zach. Fortunately, he couldn't be here tonight. Wish he was here. So he definitely helped me out there. And, we usually run for an hour or two. We're starting to get in the habit of putting up testing sessions here, so everyone else gets an opportunity to come in and run and see what they have and work on what they got. And it's been fun. So, and then usually I'll try to come in, 20 minutes, half hour before the race starts, and just make sure everything's ready to go, and just hope it all works out.
Hey, it worked out tonight. You're parked in victory lane. Is there any? I mean, we talk about tracks. A lot of tracks have a lot of history. Is there anything special about winning at Martinsville?
Yeah, it definitely is a confidence booster for me. I'm more into running, the bigger tracks. I definitely feel like I ideally do better on the larger speedways, stuff like that. So winning at a short track like Martinsville, no matter who you're racing against, it definitely is an accomplishment, no matter what the circumstances are with that. So it definitely gives me a good boost going into Phoenix, and see if we can go out with a bang there.
Gonna try to do your best. Gonna be, again, our 2021 champion, Ricky J. Congratulations once again on the win here tonight. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Brian, Kathy, Voiles. Brought another one home for you guys, and you guys here at JTN, and all the guys here tonight that were here. We had a really good race last night, and we only had like 2 or 3 cautions, and I was hoping for the same tonight, and we pulled it out, and I think we put on a good show, all things considered. So I definitely feel good about that. Definitely makes up for Texas, and we're just going to keep our heads moving forward, and see what next year brings. Yeah, one more to go. Next year's not quite here yet, but we got one more to go.
Got one more to go here in 2021. Congratulations once again, Ricky. Good luck next week at Phoenix. I know you don't need it, but I'm going to tell you it anyways.
Thanks, Joe.
Ricky J, your winner here tonight, leading 194 of 200 laps. Well, from that Ricky to our Ricky, so from a winner to our Ricky, what are we looking forward to next week at Phoenix?
A lot of short track or flat track, bank track. I don't even know what Phoenix are we running.
Yes. What do you mean, what Phoenix are we running?
I don't know.
It's not like the banking's changed all that much.
But it's big old. It's gonna be a big old fun time.
It's going to be a fun time indeed. And folks, if you don't want to miss a second of the action here on JTN, you want to make sure you're subscribed. You hit the like button on the video. You follow us on Twitter, Facebook, all those social media platforms. You won't miss a thing right here on the JoeTown Network. With all that being said, can't thank you folks enough for tuning in here tonight. Again, a big thanks to Brian and Kathy Voiles, all the folks at Voiles Trucking, for all they do for us, and the guys here at Bomb Squad Racing helping us put on these broadcasts. And again, can't thank all the drivers that took the opportunity to talk with us after the race as always, and we hope you had a fantastic night watching at home. But for all of us here at JTN, for Bristol, our producer, for Ricky Collette, I've been Joe Twansky. Have a fantastic rest of your night. We'll see you guys next time live right here on JTN. So long for now, folks. Yeah, and they're going to be 3 wide coming to the checkered. Never mind, they're going to be... Oh, Africa!
Who did that?
Turn 4 into the tri-oval. Whitehill is through the grass. It's going to be Noah Joyce winning his first career race in the Red Bull Cup Series.
All right, and they're wrecking behind him. We got cars flying everywhere. Cars upside down, but it doesn't matter. Noah Joyce has done it. He's won at Daytona in the 3 car.
Comes Musa. Musa's gonna.
Oh, he's going to use that apron.
He's gonna use the apron.
They're going to be side by side. Coming off the corner. Boy, back to the inside. It's going to be a drag race to the line. Musa gets it.